Real Vision TV, we back. We are back with another installment. Sipping my tea right now. And yes, people, we have what you guys call Mr. Jigger Man, Sean Carter, Fugazi on the screen here. Now, before I get started, for those of you who have not subscribed to the channel, subscribe now, hit that like. Let's turn up a little bit. Now, for a while, right? Let's get right to it. For a while, I've always told people, a lot of my Brooklyn heads, man, Jay-Z this, Jay-Z that. I mean, these people would co-sign Jay-Z like he was their father, right? Like he couldn't do no wrong. And listen, we over here at Real Vision, we don't wish no bad juju on nobody. But we're not going to sit back and see things unfold and not chime in and cast our opinion, right? Now, for many years, I've always felt Jay-Z was that snake in the grass, that you got to keep it cut. Because anytime you see him, it'll heat your ass up. That type of snake. The snake that, like Jadakiss said, everybody's a snake. That's why you got to keep the grass cut. The niggas that you went to school with will catch you while you in your new whip and turn your brains into Cool Whip. That's Jay-Z. That is Jay-Z, people. Snake in the grass. Right? And we're gonna get started with the whole moving of the Brooklyn Nets to the Barclays Center. Because back then, everybody was like, yo, Jay doing it big. He's the owner of the team. I said, hold on right there. He's not the owner of the team. He's a minority owner. And for those of you, I'm not here to give you education on what a minority owner is. For the ones that lack education, it has nothing to do with your skin color. It just means you have a small amount of stake in the company. Right? You're not the majority, you're the minority. And that's what Jay-Z was. But he wasn't just that in good faith. He was that as a pawn and somebody that they could use on the chessboard in their relocation of the Brooklyn Nets from New Jersey to Brooklyn at the Barclays Center. And the whole opening of the Barclays Center as a whole, right? They used him. He's the Brooklyn guy. So they used him. And they used him well. But it came with a cost, right? It came with a cost. And that cost was selling the very same people out that idolized Jay-Z growing up, or just in the community as a whole, selling those people out in exchange for a $7 million payout and a few perks. And that's what Jay-Z accepted. And you know who he accepted it from, right? He accepted it from the untouchable people, right? The untouchable people you can't really say too much about, right? And now, when you look at Brooklyn today, it's ran by Polish people, Russians, Asians, Koreans, Jewish people. That's who runs Brooklyn now, folks. So please save all the Jay-Z and all the Brooklyn and I'm from Brooknom and all that. Save it. You guys haven't done anything except just be renters in the place where outsiders are renting to you now. They're your landlords. Thanks to Jay-Z. Right? So we're going to get into this clip. We're going to just let it rock, because if you don't believe us, he sold the people out in Brooklyn at that time. He helped get people out of position in Brooklyn so that these business deals can take place. Right? And let's get right to it. Let's get right to it.
That thing on the woo!
So you see how we do it here on Saturday. This is what it's about to be.
The Barclays deal was one of
Now that was him, and we're gonna get to that after. That's him and Mr. No Diddy, Sean Combs. And we're gonna need an answer to that as well, about he's putting that thing on him. But let's get to this video, right? Details of the Brooklyn Nets deal. It's going to be a collab of people talking, giving their insight on Jay-Z, the Mr. Sellout, allegedly.
the Barclays deal was one of the most horrible deals ever done, especially in sports. They played Jay-Z like a fiddle. They played the community like a fiddle.
At the end of the day, when the stuffy businessmen were like, how can we gain momentum in terms of gaining public support behind this? Who's the person that are we going to reach out to? Robert De Niro? Are we going to reach? No, we got to get Jay-Z.
They put him on a big billboard in Times Square as an owner of the team. And a lot of people really thought that he was actually the owner of the team.
They would not have been able to.
See, that's what I was saying. People thought that he was the owner of the team. He was not the owner. He was a chess piece on the chessboard.
As an owner of the team. And a lot of people really thought that he was actually the owner of the team.
They would not have been able to sail through, those that own the majority part of the Nets, all of the issues that had to do with zoning and rezoning, etc., without having someone like a Jay-Z involved.
I think it's a case of Jay-Z pimping corporate.
Take a look at this picture, folks. Drop a comment in the section below. Tell me your thoughts about this picture right here. Tell me your thoughts about this image. And by the way, shouts to Celebrity Word. This is a clip that we temporarily in fair use borrowed from them just to educate people and also cast our opinions and views and also react to it. So again, shouts to @Celebrity Word. Make sure you visit their page and follow them as well. Right? What do you guys take from this picture? Right? Does these look like the normal guys that'll be at your barbecue? Or does these look like some snakes that is playing a real game with the people of Brooklyn, and they're using the token black boy to do it? What do you guys think? That's what we think here at Real Vision TV. Jay-Z's the token black boy over here. He's doing the dance for these people.
America as much as corporate America is pimping Jay-Z.
Politics is a messy business, and local politics might be messier than national politics. So for Jay to have discovered this in the course of pursuing this professional basketball team for Brooklyn, what did he expect?
I am one of the people who was affected by Barclays. We didn't even know that it was going to be.
Now, you guys remember this guy, right? This is Dead President, right? This is Dead Prez. And if you guys know Jay-Z, know his history, know his music, he had a song called Dead Presidents, right? This was the guy that Jay-Z brushed shoulders with. This is the guy where he comes up with ideas like the song Dead Presidents. You represent me, say what? I'm out for presidents. To represent me, say what? You know that song. Gets the idea from brothers like Dead Prez here, who, by the way, got pushed out of Brooklyn and his property by Jay-Z's elite crew, who basically was going to, if they didn't sell, these people was just going to just buy it right from underneath them and just take whatever lawsuit was going to come their way. Either way, it was a strong arm tactic. And again, they used Mr. Fugazi to do it.
Be related to Jay-Z or called Barclays or anything. We just were told that we would need to move. That we knew that eventually if we refused, which we of course did, that they would buy the building right from up under us, which is really ultimately what happened.
At the time, there was serious confrontations. I think they raised the question of eminent domain.
And I can tell you the grumbles and groans of the community that knew that Brooklyn would not be the same and that this would usher in a gentrification.
These buildings were deemed blighted they weren't big enough.
Blighted. You guys know what that means in the real estate market, right? It's when they start trying to find weird type of code deficiencies to try to get you up out of there, to make a long story short.
To generate enough tax revenue. Some of the other blight indications were cracks in the sidewalk. Like this is blight right here under their definition. Of course, you can find cracks in the sidewalk in every neighborhood.
Once they got the arena built, they paid Jay-Z some money. I think he made $6 or $7 million, and the city of Brooklyn was royally screwed. The Barclays deal was
$6 to $7 million, people, is what he got paid to sell out his community in Brooklyn. That's right. See, this is why we don't give jokers like this the key to your cities. Because they never really cared about your city. They never really cared about your city. But hey, that's just our opinion. But we got something else that we want to talk about, right? Right? Because we believe this is the fall. This time where we at right now, this is the fall of Mr. Sean Carter. Again, also known as what we call him Gay Z. Right? We call him Gay Z out here. He's Fugazi, right? Fake dude. Totally fake. And anybody that knows, he always have stolen stuff and made it his own. Whether it was beats, music, your track, he would steal it and make it his own. He couldn't fully make the streets of Brooklyn his own, but he participated in the business dealings that allowed him to capitalize financially off of it. Now, amongst his other problems, right, amongst many of his problems right now, we see his association with Mr. No Diddy Sean Combs and his allegations of sexual assault, right? So I'm going to play this clip that y'all happened to see play earlier by accident, but we're going to get into it now. This clip right here, we want y'all to explain to us what Jay-Z means by you put that thing on him. He's saying that to Mr. Sean Combs. Meanwhile, if you pay close attention, Sean Combs has a room full of children in there, right? While Jay-Z is saying this, and then he further goes on to say that this is how we do on the weekends, right? He says this is how we do on the weekends. That's exactly what he says here. And this guy here, who's leading the charge against Mr. Fugazi Sean Carter, Mr. Bugsby, the elite attorney. We need some explaining here, Mr. Carter. What do you mean by this statement? And we're going to let it rock right here. But we need to know, what do you mean by this statement about you put that thing on him? And why are you coming out of a room with a bunch of children? Looks very, very suspect. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. But I'm going to let this rock a few times and put it on repeat and loop so you guys can get a good feel and look at how suspect this looks.
That thing on the woo! So you see how we do it here on the Saturday. This is what it's about to be.
See the children?
Put that thing on the woo! So you see how we do it here on the Saturday. This is what it's about to be.
the Barclays deal was one of the most.
That thing on the woo! So you see how we do it here on the Saturday. This is what it's about to be. Oh, you put that thing on the woo! So you see how we do it here on the Saturday. This is what it's about to be.
The Barclays.
Again, ooh, you put that thing on him. And Mr. Combs over here saying this is how we do on Saturdays. People, enough of the excuse making for these characters, man. Enough of the excuse making. I want to know, we want to know here, Real Vision TV, what does he mean by that? And why are there children in the room while he's saying that? This is just suspect behavior. And as you see on the screen here, Mr. Attorney here, Mr. Bugsby, he ain't going to take it light on Mr. Fugazi Sean Carter, as he shouldn't, because this looks real suspect. Looks real suspect, people. Real suspect. Now I don't know, man. And who's this guy looking like a heavyweight, a heavy sized Denzel Washington smiling? What is he smiling about? Right? What is he smiling about? Right? Have no clue why he's smiling. There's nothing funny about coming out of a room with children on an early Saturday morning with grown men laughing about how you put that thing on them. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section below, but I'm very disgusted by that video. I'm very disgusted by that video. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the content. Again, subscribe to the channel. Till next time, we out.